call that something that I've been waiting for 2 years is finally in. We'll start Varg. I got the 80 horsepower one. Start cycle in Mankato, Minnesota. So we're gonna go check it out, see what it's about, and hopefully load it up, take it home, and start building the foot peg, because I got one leg. I can't ride I can't just hop on any bike and ride it. This is the closest one I can get. All I need to do is build a foot peg and we'll be good to go. Alright, so we have the bike. I wasn't really able to film her at all in the dealership or anything, but we had some technical difficulties. Turns out that the bike didn't want to connect and everything. I don't know. It took 2 hours, bike connected, everything's good to go now. I can log into the bike and everything. So, this is the foot peg off the Stark Varg. I need a foot peg that swivels off of the main one. So this bolts to the foot peg, and then I can swivel forward, being that I am an amputee and that's how I ride. So currently, we are working on that. We are bending that into place. So I'll try to film a little bit of it. It's kind of interesting, kind of not. Alright, so we're on to the next day with building this foot peg, because it got too late. I had to do some other things. So basically what we're trying to recreate is this one. This is the one off my 450. The reason for this is for my prosthetic to sit in, and this plate will be bolted to the bottom, or to the top of the foot peg, and it'll pivot out. I'll give you guys a demonstration later, it'll make more sense. So far, I've cut all of the spikes off the foot peg. I have welded up, don't judge my welding. I've welded up the hinge system that we're starting with. I got the pin. Today we're gonna build the plate for what the peg will actually sit on. After that, I can line this up, bend it into shape around the foot peg, and from there just kind of tack everything up, weld everything up, reinforce it, and then weld some nuts on the bottom of the foot peg plate, which is this that I've welded onto the foot peg. Got to drill some holes, weld some nuts on, and the foot peg will bolt basically that top plate, bolt it right on. And yeah, it's simple, but it does take a lot of thinking if you've never made one before, like me. You just want to make sure you do everything right. I don't have enough material to do it wrong. So that's what I'm doing, and I'll film as I go. All right, so I gotta change out the welder. I had it on, I have stainless wire in there right now. I'm still running the 75-25 gas mix. I understand you're introducing carbon to stainless, which will make it rust anywhere you weld. But doing it on a budget, so that's what we had to do. Plus, I'm building it out of steel anyway, so I was like, it's eventually gonna rust away. I plan on building a different foot peg in the future that'll be a fancy one with either all stainless or titanium or something like that. So we just gotta swap this out real quick. Alright, so now we have movement, so that will swivel up. This will be the peg that my boot is actually on, or my leg. So I'll cut notches into this. I'll make another plate for it on the inside to make it a little more stable. But yeah, this will bolt to the bike, and then my foot will swivel with it. It's not pretty, welds are not good, but I'm not a fabrication guy, just trying to make it. Did a little bit of work off camera. This back part broke, so I had to re-weld that on. Now it's better. Made like the actual spikes on the peg. Weld it in a plate just to make it a little more stable. I'm gonna re-weld some of these hinges too, just to make sure they don't come off, because that would be a bad day. And then all I gotta do is drill 2 holes in the back for this plastic piece to go on. After that, I'm just gonna build this the little arch that comes off the side of that thing right there. Try and figure out what to build that with, and then we're ready to test it out. Alright, so I ended up just finishing it up off camera because it was a little tricky, but basically that's gonna mount to the bike. Then it just swivels out like this. So the leg that I run is just like that one, just kind of snaps in there, and then it'll be able to pivot, and I won't slide off the foot peg. And I think this one will work. I got to make a new plastic piece eventually. This will work for the test ride, because it's just a little too short for what I want to do, for where I want to be on it. So I'm gonna try this, bring the bike out and mount it up and get ready and gear up and go see what this thing's all about. Probably shouldn't do that with a new bike. I can't really put it on the inside of the foot peg, so for now we will run without. That's just for like if I crash or just getting on. It just helps it stay in the right spot.